Please start.
So, hi everyone, and welcome back to yet another uh, session here. Yes, session happens every day. Um, and today we are diving into something that can truly shift your life, your confidence, and even your future. Actually, this session is inspired by this powerful book called The Hidden Potential by Adam Grant. This book was gifted to me by one of my cousin. Uh, but I didn't, that time it didn't make any sense to me, but I have simplified it, adding my coaching frameworks and shaped it into a transformation roadmap which you can use immediately. The next sometime, the next 45 minutes or 1 hour, it's for you if you have ever felt you are meant for more, but there's something inside you which is holding you back. If you feel you have a potential but you haven't able to express it fully, if you have ideas, dreams, ambitions, but somehow they stay just inside you, today we are going to unlock that hidden potential and turn it into high performance. So take a notebook and we will just start this together. So before I go forward, uh, with this community, I have come with the leadership program where it happens throughout the week, even your weekdays and your weekend batches is available. For whoever is watching this now or later, you can find it under this YouTube, under this video in the description. You will find the registration link. Basically, let me just take you like a 1 minute, 2 minute kind of a this thing as to what is going to happen. See, majorly we'll be starting with uh, the basics of understanding what is leadership, the basic leadership styles, and what kind of a leadership style are you dominantly using, and how can you refine, polish that this thing, and in different situation how you can use this different types of leadership styles which can be used. And from after that, it is more of we experimenting, understanding where is that block. For now, there's no, it's majorly for, working professionals. There's no much of a target audience, but then if you want to explore where you stand, then this is for you. What you can do is from next Monday, whatever we are going to discuss in that 8 sessions of a boot camp in 1 month, that's 8 sessions you can decide, but then in that 1 month, whatever we are going to see, we are going to have a snippets or a shorter version of that sessions coming up from next week. From every Mondays you can join in for that, so that you also get a brief idea as to what can be expected and what is the benefit of the program. So with that being said, let's go forward for today's topic. Even we'll be diving here and there, even with the boot camp, with this particular what we're discussing right now as a tool. So let me start with something very simple. You don't lack potential, you lack access to it. Do you agree with me on this or not? Most of us think we are potential is something only gifted people have. But Adam Grant gives us a very different and very powerful definition. He says potential is not a talent, it is a trajectory. It is not where you start, it's where you're heading. Just imagine a seed. A seed doesn't look like a tree. It doesn't have branches or leaves or fruits. But inside that small seed, the entire blueprint is already present. Your potential is exactly like that. You may not look the most confident person today. You may not feel the most talented person today. You may not be the most successful person today, but none of that matters. What matters is the direction you choose today. Most people get stuck because of fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of comparison, fear of beginning something new. But potential is not activated by fear. Potential is activated by progress. And that moment when you choose progress over perfection, your entire life begins to shift. I think this one thing I have experienced it myself in different levels, in different situations. Maybe I'll come up with the two, three incidents or two, three stories later. One of the biggest lies what we are being told is that successful people are naturally gifted, that they are born confident, born talented. But that's when you look closely at high performance, you realize something important. They did not start extraordinary, they became extraordinary. They built skills, they built systems, they built emotional strength, they built discipline, they built confidence through practice. If you have ever thought, I'm not confident enough, or I don't think I'm talented like others, or maybe I'm not meant for big things, I want you to hear this very clearly. You do not lack talent, you lack tools. And tools can be learned. And that is the beauty of human potential. Everything you admire in others, confidence, discipline, intelligence can be trained. You learn it, you can build it, you can even grow it. Now, let me take you into a powerful concept that can completely change the way you grow, the three zones of growth. The first zone is the comfort zone. This is where everything is familiar, easy, predictable. You feel safe, yes, but you don't grow here. Comfort will give you peace, but will not give you progress. The second is the challenge zone. This is where the real growth happens. This is where you will feel, this is where you will feel slightly uncomfortable, slightly stretched, slightly unsure. You're not terrified, you're just challenged. That is exactly where you need to be. If you feel little nervous about something, good, that means you're expanding. And then comes the third zone, the panic zone. This is where things feel overwhelming. Your brain goes into a survival mode, learning stops, growth freezes. The secret is not to avoid discomfort, the secret is to avoid overwhelm, live in the challenge zone. So, from today, every time when you feel a small stretch, a little discomfort, a tiny fear, tell yourself, yes, this is my challenge zone and this is where I grow. Okay, before I go forward, I just want to give some personal examples of, progress over perfection. And whatever we have been discussing till now, the three zones. I hope all of you like to listen stories, right? Yes or no? Can I have some answers,
Yes.
please? All of you like stories. I'll just give you two, three different situations where I learned both of it. I'll not say exactly in a hard way, but then somewhere close to, sometimes you learn the life in the easy way. That is through stories, through different means. But there is certain situations we must have learned it in a hard way, which we wish we could have knew about it that little earlier, right? So with that being said, first instance, actually my dream of becoming a baker and an artist, maybe as an artist, uh, rather, I would say that way I was naturally gifted, but then by experimenting with it only got to know good at it. Sorry, not boasting. This is what so it began. And my career actually first, I think the first wave, the second wave when the pandemic started. That's when I started my career of teaching art for students. I was teaching the small age group people, and that's when my first way of earning started. And second, I joined after that. My one of my colleague had put me into an entrepreneurs group where I ventured into becoming a baker. But there it taught me a lot of discipline. There you might have to meet deadlines, a lot of other things you will learn on the process. But on the verge of becoming a trainer, a coach, an image consultant, or whatever feathers in the hat which I have, little did I know the difficulty has just started. See, for us, all these things is like a fantasy world where you having your own business cards, you running your own company. I think it has its own benefits, but again, when you work under someone else, only I feel where you learn a lot of other things. On the process is when I realized that nothing is easy, or rather, this is something people kept lot of them kept telling me, but I didn't realize or I didn't understand the seriousness of the situation back then when I was studying. I finished my college. I then and when I was in my 11th or 12th, only I came across through this one institute where I got to know there is something like a training course where you can learn and get yourself certified. I completed my college. The first instance when I wanted to join the program, everyone around me asked me only this one question, that it's beyond your capacity. Will you be able to do it? I said yes. I don't know what sense I said a yes to all of them, but I did say a yes. Actually, that's when I was doing that program towards the end, only I understood that now we need to push ourselves beyond our comfort zone and put ourselves in that challenging zone, which I was talking about. Actually, that's when I realized that life is not as you think it is. There was more work. There are a lot of times where I had to do a lot of multitasking. A lot of things have happened. But out of that situation, what I learned something is to some extent, even I can work under pressure. I can still work under pressure, which I realized. So that was it. Now we move into the high performance formula. The first pillar in this is systems are more powerful than goals. See, today we all have a lot of goals, a lot of deadlines, a lot of deliverables which we have to deliver, right? In many times, in many situations, we all have something or the other things to deliver, uh, right? What happens? Many people rely on motivation. How many of us we do that? We rely on motivation, no? Many a times. But high performance relies on system. When I say system, we know what we have to do on a regular. But until we have a tracking system or a tracker or something where we Where is that? In what level are we in? We can't analyze. A goal might say, I want to get fit, but a system says, I walk 30 minutes every morning, I drink 2 liters of water, I sleep on time. A goal says, I want to grow my business, but a system say, every day I send 10 value messages to people, every week I post one strong piece of content. Goals gives direction, but system creates transformation. But what matters is not what you want. What matters is what you do every day. Tiny actions, repeated consistently. This is the secret of high performance. So ask yourself, what is one small system I can start today? Just one. I just want everyone to take some time and think. Now, the second pillar of high performance is your environment or your ecosystem, because your environment or your ecology can make you or break you. It can pull you forward or it can pull you down. You will always rise to the levels of your system or and fall to the level of your environment. Let me ask you all something. Who are the people you're spending time with? Do they inspire you or do they drain you? When you talk about your dreams, do they encourage you or do they laugh at you? Is it your workspace clean or chaotic? Does your home support your habits or sabotage them? One small change in your environment can create a big shift in your performance. For example, place a water bottle just beside you. Remove your distractions from your desk. Keep your clothes for morning workouts ready at night. Sit with people who talk solutions but not problems. Your environment is like the soil for your potential. If the soil is healthy, the seed grows faster. The third pillar of high performance character skills, not talent, not intelligence, but the qualities you build can be, say, for example, discipline, patience, consistency, coachability, resilience, emotional intelligence. These are not gifts. These are muscles and you need to train them. The more you train them, the stronger you become. Emotional intelligence, especially, plays a huge role in high performance. People think it's about IQ, but success is actually about EQ, emotional quotient. Your emotional quotient helps you to communicate better, manage pressure, handle conflicts, and build relationships and make clearer decisions. The next time when something triggers you, self, yourself, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? What outcome do I want? What behavior will help me to achieve that outcome? This pause is the difference between reacting and responding, between chaos and clarity, between average performance and peak performance. Now let me give you another example for this, what we have discussed this. Imagine you're been sitting in a highly messy room for quite some time. Do you think your ideas is going to flow for you? No. Do you think you're going to have a clarity in your thoughts? No. On the same front, on the flip side of the coin, think of you sitting in a well organized room with ventilation, good light, good natural lighting, lot of these things, and imagine the kind of creativity which flows to you. Imagine the kind of ideas which would come inside you. Because even if you have a cluttered mind, your physical space gets cluttered. Your physical space literally gets cluttered. Actually, today morning, somewhere around mid morning, what I actually did was I didn't realize that I was just going to talk about something on based on this. I actually had messaged one other topic, but then it didn't strike me back then. Actually, today I just reorganized my workspace and it actually gave me a very fresh mind. I somewhere I understood that somewhere my energies are getting blocked, but just revamping it a little and doing that little bit of deep cleaning helped. And this is what now we come to something deeply transformational, which is your identity. When I talk about your identity, the bedroom you sleep, the workspace which you use, the way you arrange them, it reveals about your identity to some extent. You don't perform based on your goals, you perform based on your identity, who you believe you are. If you tell you're not confident, you'll act that way. If you tell you're not disciplined, you will behave that way. If you tell you're not capable, you will limit yourself automatically. From today, shift your identity. Don't say I'm not confident. Say I'm learning confidence. Don't say I'm not disciplined. Say I'm practicing discipline. Don't say I can't do it. Say I'm training myself to do it. The person you repeatedly tell yourself you are. Let me repeat that to you. You become the person you repeatedly tell yourself you are. One of this, I don't know who gave this statement, not pretty sure who gave this statement where, you know, um, about, either you find ways or you find excuses. Are you going to keep finding a way out, or are you going to keep telling yourself the excuses as to what can be done? Here is your new identity. I am someone who grows every single day. Say it aloud. I am someone who grows every single day. See, basically, your mind is like where every day you plant a seed in the soil. Every day you have to nurture them. Give it appropriate sunlight, appropriate water, appropriate nurturing. It's not that you do it today and you don't do it tomorrow. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. Even with affirmations, you have to repeatedly keep telling yourself every now and then. It's like every skill, everything is like a muscle in your body. The more you train it, the more it gets better. But what muscle are you training? Are you training your positive muscle or are you training your negative muscle? Because many of the times what happens, we don't realize that even for a even as a joke, we start negatively talking about us. But our mind does not know that we are keeping on joking. Let's say some many a times you see this statement where don't even talk negatively about yourself as a joke. Your hidden potential is not waiting for for some perfect moment. It is waiting for that one small action from you today. You don't need a perfect background. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a perfect confidence. But what you need is you need courage, you need consistency, you need systems, you need growth. And I say systems, What is that action items are you going to take place? Or what are the things you are going to supposed to do? As I said earlier, if your plan is to reduce your weight, what are you doing? Are you working out? Are you going to the gym? Or are you, what kind of physical activity you involve yourself in? And your eating habits, especially with your time, the time you go and sleep. Your potential is infinite. When you choose to grow, not once but daily. And today, you took that step. If you are choosing to be on high performance or you want to be in that state, this is your commitment to your own growth. I don't know who needs to hear this message, or if you feel somebody needs to hear this out, please share it with them. And see, transformations begins here with becoming aware about where you stand. And this is the beginning of that leadership boot camp, which I was talking about, of 8 sessions per month, where initially we'll dive into the basics of leadership, and from there we take it forward. Because your smile, your physical appearance, the way you talk, the way you stand, the way you sit, whatever you do, that is your business. And that's what is you. So what a, even if it's one-on-one, group training, group coaching, whatever it is, this is where it starts. It starts with your mindset, it starts with words, it starts with how you talk to yourself. Everything starts. But it's about you taking that small, tiny actions, that tiny steps each and every single day. And maybe one day you'll have work, maybe one day you'll not have work, maybe one day you will have something, other commitments, but one day you will not have that also. But at the end of the day, it's about you taking action every day, every single time. It's not about giving it a quit, or it's not about giving it a stop. It's about continuing even when you lack that motivation, even when you lack that discipline, whatever it is, but you need to maintain that discipline. You know, it's like you are in a point A, you want to go to point B. You know the things what needs to be done. It's not like you do it today and you don't do it tomorrow and expect results. What happens these days is whenever we do something, we our instant question is what is there in store for us or what is there in return for us. We're asking about something in a plant where flowers or fruits is the last thing which is being grown. But we forget the process of what is happening during the process. I think we need to start more. The end result will automatically come in, or it will start unfolding. But every single day, we need to start taking that kind of action and give ourselves into commitment. It's okay, you can give it deaf ears for people around you who's discouraging you, who's insulting you, who's manipulating you. Give it all a deaf ear because they are characters, different characters in one story. They will come in. But you don't give your power to someone else for them to decide who you can be. That power should be with you and it cannot be given to you. That and calling this a session. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Yes, Rajvin, good evening.
To live my highest potential, parents and caregiver have supported me so much. But and parents, caregiver, and friends have supported me so much. Um, but there is some some blocks, some some energy vampires. So how do you deal with that?
Come back again with your question. Sorry, I lost you.
Uh, If if you are living if you are living through to your true potential, you've done so well. You've achieved so much. And then there's with the help of your parents, and in this case, my parents, my caregiver, and uh, my friends. Now, and my coworkers. But then again, there's something that something or some forces that pushing it away, pushing it away. So how do you deal with this energy vampires? You're living your life. I mean, meditation helps.
Great.
Meditation helps. Everything helps. Everything I'm actually doing because lately the stress has begun to cause persistent muscle tension due to muscle sprain that I had. But the muscle sprain doesn't stop me, and I don't know why the energy vampires keep on saying. And when you hurt once, you it takes time to heal. You see, it's not you get hurt today. It's not that you people hurt you physically. People hurt you meant with their words. Uh, with their words today, and you forgive tomorrow. No, you
Great
may
question.
you
Yes,
may for-
Rajvin.
you may forgive them, but you cannot forget it.
Okay. Great question, Rajvin. See, this is something which I do. You just give it a try and see, but you never know. This is something I do before I start my day, before I even my bed. Okay. I just sit in my bed with my spine straight. I just sit straight and I imagine myself that, I am surrounded with a golden light.
Yeah,
Like
that is
you can imagine yourself like that, like say for 10 minutes or something. That is one thing you can do. Can we try a process right now which can help you to cleanse your energy?
yeah
Can
true.
we try it out?
Can
Okay. Now, you just sit the way you are, and I just want you to close your eyes. You there? Ready?
yeah
Okay, great. So, what I want you to do is just for now, just focus on your breathing, just your natural way of breathing. When you focus on your breathing, just in the natural way, however your body feels comfortable, as you do that, just become aware of the chair which you are sitting, the light which is falling on your face, even the wind which is blowing on your over you. With that, imagine from your tip of your spine, there is a smoke which is just flushing all your energies, all your negative energies away. Can you just imagine a smoke which is going out from your body, from starting from your tip of your spine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, slowly increase that speed of that smoke going out as much as you want. As you do that, you'll start feeling more lighter on you in yourself. When you feel that lighter, after once you have removed all that smoke away from your spine or back of your body, the smoke will start slowly fading away. Once you do that, just bring back your focus to your normal breathing and slowly open your eyes. Just take your time, slowly come back to your breathing. Just focus on your breathing, slowly open your eyes.
Okay.
Feeling better?
Yeah.
This is something you can do. Maybe set a timer for 10 minutes or set a timer for 15 minutes. This is a process which you can do it for yourself as an energy cleansing process. This is done better towards the end of the day so that you go sleep more calmer, more peaceful. Does that answer your question, Rajvin?
Is it morning or afternoon? So
It's
morning or night?
preferably do it at end of the day, at night or
Oh,
late evening before you, when you're winding down.
yeah.
That time
I,
you can
I
do. You
just
can
said
do it at afternoon also. See, it depends on the intensity of how much you're getting affected by these negative energies. Depending on
yeah.
that, you can do as many times as you want.
Okay.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Great.
It, it's kind of, it's kind of a brain booster. And I like,
This is a process which I discovered by myself and it worked like wonders. So I thought, why not let it reach to more people?
yeah, okay.
Thank you, Rajvi.
And I will share something like this when the spiritual fest, if if I have a chance to.
Definitely, yeah. Do this
Sometime,
every day and let me know how it went for you. Or if you want me to record a voiceover for you, I can do that and send it to you. Not a problem.
can can
Like a
do that.
meditative process, I can maybe create
Yeah,
a
you can
video
do
and
that.
not video and audio and send it to you. Not an issue.
You can do that. You can
Yeah, I'll do
record a
that. I'll do.
record a voice. You can get my number from Shabana.
Yeah. I
Okay.
have your number. I will message you. Not an issue.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Samina ma'am. Are you there?
Neha wants to ask him.
Okay.
Yes, dear, but busy.
No problem. You've been from
Uh,
the starting, you have been in the session. I just wanted to understand, do you have any questions or anything or any feedback?
no feedback, but a question like, I
Sure.
would mean what you said was right that, that these great people, everyone doesn't have those qualities. They uh, practice it. They sort of come round to understand that you can. But I don't know how. Have you tried? Is it possible?
See, you can. You're asking how it is possible?
Yeah. How could it be possible, is what I'm asking.
Okay, how it is possible? See, first is we first uh, see first we need to understand when we are starting out something. Do we have the clarity of what we want to do? Many of us, what is happening these just because my friend or my colleague is doing something, we start doing just because we don't want that fear of missing out. with people not to happen. Right? Ma'am, this happens many a times. With this, what happens? People just don't identify what they're good at. They'll do these things for a couple of months. Then later they'll realize, okay, this is not for me. I've heard individuals coming and telling this. Yes, ma'am. This is one thing. Because of lack of clarity, people just start following what other people do. In a way, it's good you will find what you're good at. And that's why we have these things called like internships or collaborating with someone, try your skills, what is possible. See, to become a high performer, first you need to be aware about your skills, your competency. Until if you're not aware about these things, say when I talk about skills, the more you put yourself into situations where you have a hands-on experience or you have a situation where you could yourself put yourself in that situation, you know, coordinating an event or bringing up an event together, or it can be organizing something for a team. Until you put yourself in that extra activities which you find these days, you by those activities only you will know, okay, I am good in communication, I am good in leadership, I'm good in team management, even I can even lead a team as a leader. How did you find these things? Just because you were a volunteer in for a situation or for an event. That is your skills. Now, competency is something either you have done a a degree or a short program like hospitality management, or you have done a program like graphic designing. That is competence, and that learning is a never ending curve of life. It keeps going, but at the same time it should be it should be equal amount of focus has to be given for your skills as well as competency. Say for example, if somebody comes and asks you to give a speech on women in leadership, it's not like every audience you go deliver the same script. No, if you're delivering one script at one time, the next time the audience should be like, okay, they should come and tell you that, Samina ma'am, you've not even this the first time when you came. That is the kind of feedback you should be receiving. And that's where your competence is going to help you. Your learning process, your learning curve is going to help you, but nothing else. How do you develop your skills? That's where you need to start networking, you need to start attending conferences, try talking to different people from different cities or different countries. See, amateur will talk in a different manner. Uh, For that, a professional will talk in a different manner. If that same individual is the subject matter expert, the way they use their words, the way they communicate something will be different. I am a ferocious reader. Let me tell you, I'm a very ferocious reader. At least in a week, I finish one book. So you can calculate in a month how many books I'm finishing and how many of competency. See, how do you find what is your competency and what are you leaning towards? This is something I learned from this conference which I attended recently, where there is a natural passion, there's a natural drive which tends to pull you for the topic. At least pick up different topic in the same topic and start reading. Not just speed reading, but be mindful as to what you read. And you become the subject matter expert in that particular topic. If a week is not possible, at least in a year, try to hit by finishing of 12 books in a year. By then you will be a subject matter expert in whatever you've been delivering. So it's about the tiny habits, the tiny daily actions which will help you to get there. It's nothing else. It's about that consistency, but not motivation. It's more of consistency and self-discipline. Today I am there, tomorrow somebody else will be there to ask you, have you done this? But in the long run, not every time you will have people around you to check on you, to ask you, have you done it or not? Even with my clients, I tell many clients, I tell, until you don't finish my homework, don't come for my next class. I upfront I tell. Why I do that? Because then it puts them into a state where, okay, I am responsible, I am accountable, I have to do this so that things move forward. Otherwise, things stay stagnant. Simple. Samina ma'am, did I answer your question? If you're unable to unmute, just put it in the chat.
Yeah, yeah. Very helpful, very helpful.
Or
And
give me just a thumb.
I'm going to put that in practice. If we, as you said, everywhere it's, but even if as our group, we are constantly meeting, if we can make an accountability partner, it would help each one of us where we are lagging behind, where we are taking things for granted, it would really help.
Why not? You let me know what you want to be. I think you can get my number from Shabana, or even today I've been messaging in the group. Maybe there itself will find my number. So anytime you want to keep, you let me know for what all things you want to be all accountable for. You can. No big deal.
Yeah. Okay, I will. Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Hmm? See, you can have accountability partners. Everything is there, but until and
Hmm.
unless we don't take that action, nobody
Yeah.
can help you.
Nobody can help. Yeah. Means it has to be something very driven within you, you know. Only then, and then the accountability partner will work. If you don't have the commitment and if you are not serious, I think anyone accountability partner would not be able to help.
It will not work.
Yeah,
It
I
will
will
not work.
discuss my this purpose and what I'm driving at, with you on the personal chat, and we'll see what you feel about it. Okay?
See, as long as you're doing it, it's fine. It's not about how fast are you doing. It's not about how slow are you doing. If you're doing it, go on that same pace. Don't rush it
Mm.
just because somebody else is asking you to rush on that activity. No,
Mm.
do it at your own pace, but finish it. That's the point.
Mm. Mm. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darshini ma'am,
Yes, Neha.
uh, may I ask you, please?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I, from your conversation, can I conclude this that if you want to, understand and know what are your power points or what are the weaknesses you have or your flaws you have, so for coming to that identification, you need to expose yourself to all of.
Exactly. Exactly. You need to expose yourself. If you know it, if you don't know it, if you're being discouraged or whatever it is, you have to expose yourself. There's no other shortcut.
Uh, but ma'am, like for example, if I've been able to do it, it one scenario I've been able to do one chore, right? On the other end, where when I've exposed myself on the second of the event, but for the same thing, I'm not been able to accomplish it in the way my mind has thought for it, or I've been expected to. So, shall I take this as a
See,
competency or an incompetency
that
or
comes with different.
yes?
See, the second time, if you're not able to do, comes with different factors. Either it's a situation, or it's the lack of clarity, or you have not understood how to do the process.
5 minutes.
1 second, Rajvin. 1 second. So maybe you have not understood how to do the process. Okay? When I say, see, I was that one very introvert kid as a child. I was not good in networking. Today, how I do what I do is because I exposed myself in lot of situations, lot of uncomfortable situations. It's okay to feel lost, but you put yourself out there. The conference which I attended recently, I never thought I would be doing so much of networking. But I was able to crack a couple of deals of the training, coaching. Yes. See, first step is start exposing yourself. It's not about right or wrong, but get the hang of how things is done. The next time you're not able to do it, evaluate yourself. Why you are not able to do it? Is it time? Is it different commitment? Or it is different priority? Or why? Because same situation can be different things for different people. Maybe you might have a different reason. Maybe Samina ma'am would have had a different reason. But necessarily, is that a factor or is that the reason which can be worked on? Work around it. See, here I'm just giving you a very, not a clear cut answer, but an answer which can help you to look through what needs to be worked on. Maybe certain activities it needs repetition. Maybe the first time it will work, second time it might not, third time again you need to keep doing. It's not like you do it today, tomorrow you don't do, and after 1 week you come back. No. Still, you have to continue the process. Consistency is something you have to put conscious effort. There is no shortcut, or it's not a cakewalk. It needs effort, it needs time, it needs consistency. Either if you're not being able to be consistent, the only way is when you don't do something, don't give yourself with something you like. Punishment is the simplest hack to do that.
True.
Or you will get a no reaction day from people whom you are accountable with. The same thing which you get. See, consistency, or the inner passion, or to do something, that inner drive has to come. Or are you doing something just because you saw someone else doing the job, thinking that it's a cakewalk? Might be. Are you doing it just because are you passionate about, or are you doing some work just because you saw someone else doing, and the kind of encouragement or the kind of appreciation or the kind of things which they're doing is inspiring? Is it that? Is it because of that you are working? Maybe if that self drive is not coming from inside, maybe that job is not for you. Especially a segment like training, coaching needs lot of self-discipline, consistency, and passion. Without these three, you can't. It is very difficult to sustain in something.
Thank you.
See, I don't have the habit of giving vague answers, but to put it very simple, in very simple language, in a very simple terms, this is the reality of life, which the sooner you accept, the more easier things will become.
How to know your niche then? I mean, like, if you feel that
you have to first experiment, my dear. Take up, put your hands in everything, play around with it, then you find out a niche. But niche will take few years for you to find. You have to be patient. You have
consistent.
You have to maintain that patience. There's more to go.
Thank you. Very beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Got your idea.
What you can do, if you have not been from the beginning of the session, go back and watch the session once again. Maybe 2-3 times you have to go back and watch so that something hits you.
Yeah. Hmm.
You.
And one cheeky little thing, one small sorry to take time. It's just like sometimes like we are not being able to accomplish anything, or we're not being able to do it, like follow the routine. Then we our mind quickly, very suddenly, it
Okay,
just
give me
gives a blame.
one valid reason why you're not able to do something. Give me one valid reason.
When you say that, okay, this work came down, okay, from there that work came down, some another responsibility came up, and your another responsibility is there which you had to fulfill, because it is important for others to
Okay.
be
The
completed
simple
first.
the simple answer is when it comes to work, just
Mm.
take your top four priorities task and just do that. And household work is never ending.
Mm.
Never ending process. Sometimes it's okay, let it be there. Nothing's gonna happen. If you feel that at that given point of time that work is not your priority, learn to say no, or learn to say I'll come back to that later once I've finished my task. It depends from individual, from families, from priorities to commitments. I do three different business that do three different areas of verticals, two as passion and side hustle, and my main forte is training and coaching. How do you think I'm balancing this? That four work where 3 days I spend on baking and art. The other main major of the days I spend it training and coaching. It's majorly when I work with my art and other creative stuff, I get my social media and other things ready. But I set myself on deadlines. Or if you feel your environment is not letting you work, step out of the environment. Simplest thing is that. But when you go, if you're stepping out for 3 hours of work, make sure you use the 3 hours up properly and utilize the time well. And in between the breaks and the other things, if you start scrolling on your social media, I can't help it. Because this is a general thing which I see. People go to a creative space, they end up taking photo shoots, and from that 90%, not even at 20% of work they must have done. This is the reality of it. First, identify your distraction. What is your distraction? And work around that.
Correct. Okay. It's all about building
If you
that.
can make the commitment of staying in this class for the 1 hour, I don't think you should be having any problem to staying committed to anything else. If you can make time for this, I don't think you'll have a problem in committing yourself for work. I spend literally in a day, I spend close to 7+ hours for my work, including at home and other responsibilities, or other even 10+hours some days. But later, it's the satisfaction which you get after you've accomplished something is greater than what it is. Simple answer.
Yeah. Got my answer. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you everyone for that power packed question and answers with the session. And I will meet you next Monday with the leadership boot camp snippets of the sessions. And from there, we will discover a lot of other things. So with that being said, I'm just going to leave you everything with this one thing is that your potential is never hidden. It is just waiting for you to unlock it. How do you unlock it? Show up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Darshani. Thank you, everyone. And see you again tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mavin. I'm good.